Maybe I should put myself on the screen. And welcome to another live episode of Stuck in My Mind podcast. I'm your host, WIZE. Had a last minute cancellation. My guest had to go rush to the ER. It happens. But I actually am prepared. I decided to use the magic of ChatGPT to help me create a show for you today. And so here I am. So today's episode is from self doubt to self confidence, embracing your inner strength. And let's first of all let's go into let's dive into the concept of self doubt and unravel its profound influence on our lives. Often lurking beneath the surface, self doubt can quietly can quietly sabotage our aspirations and hinder personal growth. So here's a little definition of what self doubt is. Self doubt is uncertainty or lack of confidence in one's abilities, decisions, or judgments. And we all go through this. We all have that moment in time where we doubt ourselves, where we don't feel like we're capable of doing stuff, and a lot of the time it's stuff that we've been programmed with. It's people telling us, "Oh, we can't do this," or telling us that, "Oh, that's hard," and so that kind of build helps build that self doubt in yourself. There's sometimes I feel like, "What am I doing? Like, am I capable of doing this? Why am I in this space?" Sometimes I doubt myself, and I gotta talk to someone or have them speak, because sometimes you know what, sometimes it takes you just sitting back and just speaking to someone and just let them know how you feel and having them talk to you and reassure you that, listen, man, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because there's times, even myself, I really have doubted what I'm doing. And then I start speaking to people and they're like, yo, I love this show, it's a great episode, thank you. And then it just kind of knocks me back into reality and lets me know, hey, you're doing something good. But like any person, I'm human. So there's always times where I get down on myself, but then I gotta realize what's going on in my own head and really start focusing, like getting back to what I was doing, getting back to reading, getting back to podcasting and being able to speak to people. That's why I really actually enjoy having a conversation with people, because in the process I'm learning. I get to listen to these experts and these coaches and then sometimes just regular people. Like I had my friend Coach Ty on the other day. Big shout out to Coach Ty. Check out his podcast, Growing Up Brooklyn. Hey, you are awesome, brother Wise. What's going on, Snowman? How you doing? Hope you're having a great day, brother. That's another great content creator, my brother Brian Snow. Check out everything Snowman Multimedia, the Brian Snow Show, Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, uh, Sports Senseis with him and my boy Drew Willingham, Drew D Willie. I'm just stuck today. It's one of those days. Hey, it's Monday. I'm gonna chalk it up to it's Monday. I'm still preparing for early in the week. And again, like I said, this was a last minute cancellation. And so I just had to try to figure out what I was gonna do with this episode. I really haven't had the chance to really sit down and map it out. But you know what? That's what it is, man. You have to come on and sometimes you gotta freestyle it. And so and and so that's why sometimes you start doubting yourself. Like there's things in your life that just make you question what you're doing. So all right, so here's some of the ripple effects of self-doubt. It diminishes your confidence, it limits opportunities because now you feel like you're not worthy of those opportunities, or you're afraid to go risk those opportunities of because you're afraid of failure. And stagnated growth, that's something that is really really important. That's something like I'm always trying to grow, I'm always trying to learn, I'm always trying to improve. So when you have this self-doubt, you really don't want to learn. You don't want to self-improve because you feel like it's not going to help you in any way. And that's just not true. Like when you really focus on developing yourself, developing your skills, learning, and it actually helps battle these self-doubts. So stagnating growth is really another key. Affecting relationships. When you have this self-doubt, it can affect the relationships you're in. It can lead to hesitancy in form connections and expressing opinions. So there's so many things that self-doubt affects in your life. Mental and emotional strains. It definitely persistent self-doubt contributes to stress, anxiety, low self-esteem, and self-doubt can lead to avoidance behavior, preventing us from pursuing challenges. Like I said before, the avoidance reinforcement this avoidance reinforces self-doubt, creating a cycle that hampers your growth. But I'll get some baseball tonight at check out Snowman's YouTube channel. He's got baseball tonight. What teams are playing? What game is it tonight? If you can let me know what game is tonight, maybe someone who's a fan of that team can catch your play-by-play of the game. If you When if you put it up there, I'll let y'all know. Um, so yeah, maybe I wasn't really prepared. Astro Marlins, yeah, well, the Marlins just came back, had a magnificent comeback against my Yankees. I've given up on the season. I've told that to everyone. I've given up on the season. Listen, my team sucks. They're not that good. They're too right-handed heavy. Um, the injury to Aaron Judge for that almost 2 months, it kind of derailed the season because he is our best player. The lone bright spot has been Garrett Cole, and not much else. The rookie's doing okay. I'm not. He's doing well for a rookie. They definitely. I can't expect it all to fall on him. Josh Donaldson has been horrible. Anthony Rizzo, it's been a lost cause this year. And he can't help it. Listen, he's injured. He's declining. He's older. Corrado, but you're still under 500. At least we're in last place because we are in the hardest division in baseball, the American League East. Your team is just trash. They just trash. There's nothing good about your team. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, Corrado. I had to ask Gene if you was okay because I was trying to make sure you wasn't on suicide watch because your team's so trash. But I love you, Corrado. I do. But we still got a better record. They're not getting us anywhere, Corrado. They're horrible. The Yankees. I've admitted, Corrado. I have admitted that my team is trash. I have admitted this, Corrado. But your team went and spent all this money just to trade Justin Verlander back to the Astros. But I think that was a bad signing on your part anyway. How you gonna spend 85 million on a 38-year-old and let DeGrom go, even though DeGrom got hurt, and you let Bassett go? So you could have done some better investing in your money, man. Definitely done some better investing in your. And now you don't even know if you're gonna keep Pete Alonso. I can't let the polar bear go, man. That's just my opinion. What's going on, Ben? Well, shout out to everybody at the BS3 network. Again, I had to come up with a alternate plan. My guest canceled last minute, had to rush to the ER. So I don't mind talking baseball though. I don't mind talking baseball with my boy Corrado. Yes, you have some great young talent, and yeah, you have to start building because the Braves are going to be good for the next 10 years. Even though they lost Freddie Freeman, look how good they still are. Matt Olson hit his 43rd home run. Acuna, you got Riley, them Braves, Strider, them Braves very they're gonna be really good for the next few years. So yeah, you're gonna have to rebuild with some talent. Definitely, yeah. I want to see how Acuna's brother, who you picked up. Well, you want to hear about the Boston Red Sox? They suck. I hate Boston. You know I hate Boston. Why would I want to talk about the Red Sox? Me and Gene had this discussion in the hallway today at work, Corrado. We were talking about the Yankees and the Red Sox and all that, and then we talked about your Mets. And then I wanted. That's when I asked him if you were okay, because I wanted to make sure you was doing fine, because I know your team is doing bad. Yes, Corrado. We was talking about you because, like I said, I was worried. Your Mets are horrible. They suck. They actually got beat down the other day. Like in 2 games, they scored 3 runs, and all 3 runs were scored in the first game. So you got beat down in the first game. What was it, 21-3, something like that, and then got shut out the second game, Corrado. Like that is bad. Like they put they put football numbers on you. So, but yeah, you're in the same boat like me, Corrado. We suck. We suck. I admit it. My team sucks. They, like I said, they are right-handed heavy. They don't really have any left-handed bats. Brian Cashman did not do what he was supposed to do in the offseason. Didn't get the picks, didn't get the players that we needed. And I agree with that. That's why I like the fact that Volpe is playing this year, because I wanted Volpe to. So I think the Yankees should take the same route and start bringing up some of these younger players, and see who can play. I agree with you on that part. We need to find out if some of these young guys that we have can play, because going out and getting all these free agents isn't helping. It's okay to add a couple of good free agents here and there, but we've listen, if the core four have proven anything, is when you rebuild from inside and then you add pieces around it, it's kind of fruitful. So, and that's what the Braves are doing. The Braves have been bad for a while. They drafted well, they built up their farm system, and look where they're at now. And yes, here we're stuck on my mind. We do talk sports, we do talk baseball, not all the time, but when we have a cancellation like this, it gives me the opportunity to freestyle. And I'm a huge baseball fan. I got a friend, my friend Corrado is a big baseball fan, and I'm a Yankees fan. He's a Mets fan. We still love each other, but it is what it is. We rib each other at any time, like any chance we get a chance to make fun of the other team, we do. But with respect, definitely with respect, man. I love my brother Corrado. What up, Ty? What's going on? Growing up, check out the Growing Up Brooklyn podcast. That's my man. I've known, if you check out the episode that I did with Coach Ty, and you find out how long me and Coach Ty have actually been friends for. We've been friends since the 7th grade. Wow, that's a long time. But we had a great conversation. We spoke on his coaching and the relationships he builds with these young ladies that he's coaching. It was a great podcast, man. I had a great time talking to him. But like I said, here we talk sports. I love sports. I love the opportunity to be able to talk sports. Even though Stuck in My Mind podcast is not a sports podcast, it is not a sports podcast. But again, like I said, when I get that opportunity to freestyle like this, where I have a last minute cancellation, and I really didn't prepare, and and it's funny because I continue to say that I will prepare a backup plan, and I don't, I know, but hey, yes, well, actually, you Ty, you weren't my 100th episode. You're I can't even say. I don't even know what video because. All right, so I started off audio strictly. So when I released my 200th episode for the audio, it was just strictly that was just recently. It's just been strictly audio. Even though now, once I started doing video, I took the audio and added, and so I've done way more video podcasts in the last 2 years than 100 episodes. Like I've gone crazy, but no, brother. But listen, it was still a great episode. Shout out to you, to your team, your to the girls, because you could tell that they came and checked out the podcast. The numbers show, so I definitely appreciate the support and having them check out the show. I had a great time, definitely, brother. Okay, I'm looking forward to going on your podcast. That's what I'm looking forward to, because anytime I get to talk about back home, anytime I get to talk about Brooklyn, I cherish it, man. Like I I am so thankful that I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and being able to experience that. Listen, if you could make it in Brooklyn and survive in Brooklyn, you can make it anywhere. So basically, if New York City, if you can survive New York City, you can make it anywhere. But Corrado, another fellow Brooklynite. Oh man, it's so. I know Corrado. I just said you was from Brooklyn, Corrado. I just said it. I said it, Corrado. Like if you were paying attention, you would have heard me saying that you was a fellow Brooklynite, Corrado. But no, listen, I bust Corrado's chops, but he has been a day one listener, day one supporter. He's he's one of the few that when they come up to me and tell me something like, "Yo, I need you to switch it up for me. I need some," and I take his advice because Corrado's been listening to me from the beginning. He's one of the first ones to encourage me, telling me, "Hey, you do got a radio voice, so keep going at it and keep doing it." He's been enjoying the show, and I love to be able to. I'm going to Brooklyn tomorrow, but which neighborhood you didn't say? My apologies, Corrado. Corrado is from Bensonhurst. Corrado's from Bensonhurst. Me and Ty are from East New York, Brooklyn. Corrado is from Bensonhurst. Yes. There you go. You happy now, Corrado? You happy with that? Okay. If you just made a wrong choice here for the Mets. Listen, yeah, you can't listen. This can't help it, man. They can't. Sometimes he he has a reason for why he loves the Mets. He has a story, so I'll let him go on that one. I'll let him. He has a story. If he wants to tell his story, it's fine. But he has a reason why he's a Mets fan. But I'll let it be. But oh, I'll explain why he's a Mets fan. Yeah, Benson. You know what? That I just say that, yes, because my boy Jason also from Benson, from from Brooklyn, and he's a Mets fan. So yeah, but nah, man. It's been great having people like Corrado actually who listen to the show and let you know what's going on. Yes, John Franco is from Benson, so a lot of Mets fans are from Benson. Yes, Corrado, I remember. I remember, Corrado. That's why I said you had a story to why you was a Mets fan. I, I know, brother. I know you. I know who you are. But yeah, see, yeah. So Corrado, he came to this country when he was 10 years old, and his cousin took him to his first baseball game at Shea Stadium, and he fell in love with the Mets. And you grew up with John Franco? Yeah, he's a Bensonhurst boy. But but it's great to like. I had an uncle who die hard Mets fan. He loved the Mets, and it was funny to see us talk, man. Just the conversations we would have, especially when the Mets were doing bad. I was like, "We welcome you with open arms." He's like, "No," he he would never switch. We buried him with a Mets jersey, so yes. It's because it took the easy way, not traveling out to Queens and not to the Bronx. Hey, listen, it's all good. It's all. I root for the Mets when like when they play the Kansas City Royals, the Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals. I rooted for the Mets because I root for my New York teams, except if the Mets won in 2000 when they lost to the Yankees. I did not root for the Mets, but in '86 I rooted for the Mets, and when they lost to the Royals, I rooted for the Mets because I rep my city. So of course, we got to bust their chops, man. We got to bust his chops. We wouldn't be from Brooklyn. It wouldn't be the Brooklyn way if we didn't bust his chops. That's just how we are, man. It's like that's how we show our Brooklyn love. He knows this. He's from Brooklyn. That's why he stayed busting my chops. So so when any chance I get, it is. We listen. As much as Corrado busts my chops, I have to bust his chops. It's just a good fun. If you can't rib each other and not have fun, it's like life is too short to be uptight and not enjoying it. So yes, Corrado is a Mets fan, and he is a good friend of mine, and I got nothing but love for him. But they suck, Corrado. They suck. Oh man. Yeah, they both. No, actually, though the Mets aren't in last place. He just he if he'll remind you that they're in fourth place. They're like half a game ahead of the Washington Nationals. Yes, half game in front of the Washington. Like they are just as bad as the Washington Nationals. Like I don't even know who's on the Washington Nationals anymore. Yes, you're in fourth. I know, Corrado. I know. ESPN had a stat this morning when I was work. Yeah. Yeah, it's like percentage points. They're like ahead by percentage points, whatever it is. But they're just as trash, man. Like, and they have all-stars on that team. Like that team is deep. They just fell apart. I can't you can't who knows why. Yeah, Francisco Lindor playing shortstop, Pete Alonso playing first base. Yeah, Marte, you added Verlander, and then you decided to trade everybody away. They figured out. Listen, we have to get younger, catch the Braves because the Braves are they look scary for the next 10 years. That's how young this team is, and they're winning. So they got a little bit of that winning feeling early in their careers. So it won't surprise me if they go on another Braves run because they're deep. They're really good. But I'm so excited. Football season is here. Football season is upon us. My Giants are looking good. I'm excited to see. I do not call things that's from the please coach. Don't thrive in Mets on it. Yes, Willie Randolph, one example. Yes, Buck Showalter. Yes, another one. He has to go. Like I thought the Mets should have hired Eduardo Perez personally. That's what I thought they should have hired. I don't know what, but Buck to his defense has won everywhere he's gone. Not titles, but he's built up. He's left the organization better after he leaves. He's helped build up the Rangers. He built up helped build up the Orioles. Um, so yeah, he's left organizations better. I don't know what happened here. Well, last year he did win 101 games, Corrado. Yes, which I won last year. We're not gonna we're not gonna rub salt in that wound, man. Like, but Strawberry and Gooden did win with the Mets in '86, so I give them that much. So they won before they won in with the Yankees. Cone, on the other hand, then Cone came to the Mets in '87, so he wasn't really a part of that '86 title team. Um, but Cone did win with the Blue Jays, so he came with a little bit of winning pedigree as well. But it just looks better when they win with the Yankees, man. And we just when we win, it just looks so much better. Yes, yes, Carl. Yeah, I did win 101 games. It um and the wheels fell off this year, Corrado. I think I took a step back when y'all signed Verlander. That was a step back to me. Y'all should have kept Carlos Correa and said screw whatever the medical report is, and kept him, and you would have had him and Lindor up the middle, shortstop and second, or move him to third if you don't have a third. I don't even know who your Mets third baseman is. Who's the Mets third baseman, Corrado? I don't know who it is. And then yeah, giving that kid Francisco, what is it, Alvarez? Yeah, giving him a shot. That's good. I should have thought it's good. I got Batty playing. Yes, the only thing with the Jets, man, is that offensive line, man. That offense, yes, yeah, Batty, yes. With the Jets, Ty, I don't know if that offensive line is ready. I just don't see it being ready. If Vera is back and healthy, it's gonna be good. Mekhi Beckham has to be healthy. If he's healthy and he can finally play a full season, then yes. Um, they're on defense, they're nasty. It's just that defense just looks nasty. Um, Robert Sala's got them playing some. Whew, it's the offense that concerns me with them. Even though they got Aaron Rodgers now, and that offense, if you don't have an offensive line, man, if you don't have time to run, if you don't have time to pass, it's helpless. You're helpless. Like Aaron Rodgers can do but so much. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that's what I'm saying. If Mekhi Beckham's healthy and Vera's healthy, they're looking much better. But if they can't correct that offensive line, man, they're in trouble. They're definitely in a lot of trouble. The defense is it's a championship defense. That defense, that was the number 4 defense last year. It's a talented defensive unit with one, if not the best cornerback in football in Sauce Gardner, and this is only his second year. Okay, listen, your Raiders are listen. Uh Josh McDaniels is not a head coach. Josh McDaniels is an offensive coordinator posing as a head coach. That's how I feel about the Raiders. To me, yeah, he's an offensive coordinator posing as a head coach. To me personally, I haven't. He hasn't shown me anything as the head coach of the Denver Broncos, and now as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. You trade Darren Waller, which we thank you. We thank you. Giants do thank you because he's looking healthy, and that gives my boy Daniel Jones a target that we needed. The rookie Jalen Hyatt is looking good, but yeah, Ty, you're gonna struggle because, like I said, you have a head coach who is not a head coach. He's a poser. He's an offensive coordinator. Yes, Josh McDaniels. Yes, he is. He to me, he is not. Again, I will say it again. He is a poser. Poser. I don't see him. In both of his stops, you haven't seen that he can manage a team. I think Dan Campbell's been the only. Well, Brian Dable's also um owner who is worse. But you know what? Al Davis kind of reminds me of George Steinbrenner in a way, except for George let, for the most part, George after he came back let his baseball people handle the organization and do. He was still the boss, but but for me, Al Davis is just win, baby. He was important to football. So yeah, like so the Raiders have a rich tradition. I would love to see them get back to it, but they're not going to get back to it. With Josh McDaniels at the helm, to me, he is not that good. Um, Brought in Jimmy G, which I don't think was an upgrade over Derek Carr. Personally, I really don't. Derek Carr had a much better arm than Jimmy G. Jimmy G stays hurt. He's frequently hurt. So just because you went and got Jimmy Garoppolo does not. They feel. I don't know if they're gonna. They feel they're gonna reunite and bring that Patriot magic to the Raiders. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. And this was actually fun, man. Being able to just like let's even know the title of it, from self doubt, self confidence. This was actually cool to be able to come on and even though I didn't have a plan, it was great to have everybody comment. That's why I love doing lives, because of situations like this where you guys can come and save the day and really make an entertaining show, because you guys have been great. I love the interaction. You guys have been one. Oh man, I thank you guys. I appreciate it. Y'all made this show. uh, I gotta put this. I gotta put this up. Hold on. Our future, and this is Ty talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. Future could be is probably in the 6th grade. Probably, you never know. Listen, there's like 5th grade, 6th grade is getting recruited to college right now. Like you'd be shocked at some of these kids that like they're signing at such a young age. Mhm. But yeah, once again, thank you everybody for making this episode. I was here. I was now. I see now that I can just come on live, and that's what I'm gonna do every time I cancellation. I'm gonna come on live, and I'm gonna let y'all bring up the topics. I'm gonna let y'all decide what we're gonna discuss on that episode. So everyone, hopefully, I won't have many cancellations, but when I do, this is what I want. I want you guys to come on here, and you'll dictate the show. Yeah, listen, come on, shoot the breeze, and help make the show. Make the show. Like this has been a great show. It was good interaction. The guys in the chat were wonderful. Shout out to my man, Coach Ty. Remember, check out Growing Up Brooklyn podcast coming out in September. What is it? Labor Day. When is it coming out? Labor Day weekend, Labor Day. Let us know. Put up the channel share your channel in the chat. Let everybody know where they can find it. Like Coach, listen, just put your podcast information in the thing and let them subscribe to it now. So everybody, he's gonna share his link, subscribe to it now, check it out. Growing Up Brooklyn, especially all my Brooklynites, definitely support, show love. It's the Brooklyn way. So definitely go support my man's page. Um, and when he releases the episode, check him out. And then when I'm on there as well, check it out. Like check and don't forget subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my page, Stuck in My Mind podcast, or the Real Wise TV YouTube channel, or the BS3 Network YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe now. Well, not right now. Stay here right now. Chat with me a little bit longer. And after the show, go ahead and subscribe to all the shows. And don't forget, subscribe to Growing Up Brooklyn right here on YouTube as well. Um, hey guys, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the love and the support and the interaction. I appreciate it. There he goes. That's his channel at Growing Up Brooklyn Podcast. Check it out. It's gonna be a great show because my man is definitely working hard. I enjoy his vignettes. I told him that before. If you haven't checked out the episode, check out the episode with me and Coach Ty. Great conversation. We We talked about our childhoods. We talked about situations we had in junior high school, and we just talked about the good old days. So check out his page, and I'm done. Thank you everybody for showing love. Shout out to everybody in the chat: Corrado, Coach Ty, my man Brian Snow, Ben Suthereth the third from the BS3 Network. Everybody else who stopped by, like, share, subscribe. I I appreciate this. This was fun. This was a lot of fun being able to come on here and have you guys save the day. You guys saved the day with the interaction. I was drowning up here, and being able to, and having you guys to actually help me relax. And it's funny because I was doubting myself, and you guys helped me believe in what I could do. And thanks. I greatly appreciate it. This was a great show. Love you guys, man. I appreciate all the support. And yeah, I'm done. Shout out to my Real Wise production fan, Brandy J. Poppy J. Big shout out to the boss lady. Love you and appreciate you. Once again, shout out to the chat. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing me some love. And as always, a big shout out to all the essential workers out there. God bless y'all. Be safe. You know how your boy Wise does it. Peace out.